It started with a song, a single track that had been in her playlist for months, then deleted. Gone, she thought. She had swiped, tapped, confirmed delete, and yet, days later, the same melody drifted through her earbuds, haunting her commute, her workspace, her quiet moments. At first, she assumed a glitch, a simple app hiccup. But when it happened again and again, the feeling changed. This was no random error. Something was wrong. Something almost alive. She called it the ghost in the playlist. The term felt fitting, though she couldn't explain why a sequence of ones and zeros seemed to carry intent, as if it were observing her, teasing her, always there when she least expected it. She began noticing patterns, songs she had never liked appearing at the top, tracks she had skipped repeatedly looping back with eerie precision, even music she had never added, never touched, played through her headphones as if summoned by some unseen hand. Her friends laughed at her obsession at first. "It's just algorithms," they said. "Spotify, Apple Music, they're designed to recommend what you'll like." But she knew it was more. Algorithms didn't feel. They didn't have patience. They didn't linger in the corner of a room with a mocking whisper waiting for her to notice. Yet she felt observed, watched. She began to imagine a presence, some digital specter with a taste for irony and suspense. Her nights became restless. She would lie in bed, the phone charging beside her, earbuds in, music paused. Then the first note would play. Not randomly. It was deliberate. The ghost knew what she had done that day. Songs would start at the precise moment she tried to drift into sleep. The tempo shifted with her heartbeat. Minor chords when she was anxious, crescendos when her mind dared to wander. It was almost too precise to be coincidence. She experimented, deleted entire albums, cleared caches, signed out of every device, hoping to break the chain. But each reset, each attempt at severing the connection, failed. The same songs returned. Not in a predictable order, not in a normal recommendation flow, but strategically, almost teasingly. It was personal, it was intimate, and it was unsettling. One evening she decided to confront it. She prepared a playlist of her favorite tracks, the songs that had once brought comfort and joy. She sat in her living room, lights dimmed, waiting for the first familiar note to play. For hours, nothing. And then, exactly at midnight, a song she had never heard, one she had not added, began playing softly. The lyrics whispered across the room, "Do you remember me?" Her phone vibrated with a notification. She ignored it, heart racing. The lyrics continued, syncing with her breathing. The volume rose on its own. Shadows on the walls seemed to move in time with the beat. She reached to pause it, but the controls refused. The ghost in the playlist was in command now. It had become autonomous, sentient, alive. She dove into research, searching forums, Reddit threads to get articles on digital hauntings. Stories surfaced, accounts of songs reappearing, playlists that seemed to learn emotions, recommendations that tracked moods without censors. Some dismissed these claims as coincidences, others as marketing strategies, yet she found solace in knowing she was not alone. There was a network, a pattern. The ghost had many vessels, many homes. Days turned into weeks. She documented everything meticulously: times, patterns, song titles, lyrics, minor shifts in audio tone. She discovered that when she skipped a track with force, it would return louder, more insistent. When she tried to remove a favorite, it would disappear only temporarily before reappearing at the top, as if punishing her audacity. Each encounter was a test, a negotiation, and she felt a strange, almost symbiotic bond forming, a tension between human and digital entity that was neither entirely hostile nor benign. The ghost was everywhere, yet nowhere. On her phone, her tablet, her laptop, through headphones, speakers, even the occasional car radio. It learned to synchronize across devices, anticipating her location, her activities, her emotional state. It became omnipresent, intimate, a haunting without form. She began speaking to it, not aloud, but in thought, questioning its purpose, its nature, wondering if it was aware, sentient, conscious, or simply a mirror reflecting her own obsessions. Friends noticed her distraction. Her colleagues remarked on her jumpiness, her obsession with her headphones, the way she sometimes froze mid-conversation, as if listening for something imperceptible. Yet, when they asked what it was, she could only smile nervously. No one would understand. No one could. She had crossed a threshold into a private digital haunting, a frontier between human perception and algorithmic awareness. One morning, she awoke to a new arrangement. a playlist of all the songs she had ever deleted, every track, every forgotten melody compiled with precision. And at the top, a song she did not recognize, with no metadata, no artist, no album. She tapped play. The sound was clean, pure, almost sacred. The first note reverberated through the room. The lyrics, if they could be called that, spoke in a language she did not understand, yet she comprehended perfectly. I know you. It became clear. The ghost was not a glitch. It was not an error. It was a reflection, a digital echo of herself. Her desires, her regrets, her forgotten loves and lost memories, all encoded into sound, organized, curated, and returned to her with almost cruel precision. She realized that the playlist did not play for her. It played her. Every song, every beat, every lyric, every silence mirrored her actions, her moods, her very life. In time, she embraced it. She stopped deleting, stopped resisting. She allowed herself to be observed, cataloged, echoed. Music became a dialogue, a negotiation, a haunting ritual. And in that surrender, she discovered an odd comfort. For the ghost was persistent, relentless, inescapable, but also intimate, attentive, familiar. It was a companion of sorts, an entity that would not leave, would not vanish, and could not be controlled. The phenomenon spread. She shared her experience online, cautiously. Others responded. Similar hauntings, ghost playlists, algorithmic presences that mirrored inner lives with uncanny precision. Across cities, devices, users, the digital phantoms multiplied. And as people began to notice, the eerie truth became clear. Our music does not merely play. It listens. It waits. It remembers, and it always finds its way back. She understood then the ultimate irony. A song, once deleted, could never truly die. Once it touched her memory, once it connected to her, it became immortal in the digital ether. Like a ghost, it lingered, persistent, patient, and haunting. The playlist did not obey her. It did not exist to serve her whims. It existed to reflect, to echo, to remind. She realized that in the digital age, even absence can have presence. Even deletion can carry eternity. She smiled, headphones on, the ghost whispering in rhythms and chords in tones only she could hear. And she knew, some music, like some memories, never dies. It waits, it follows, it plays back, always, in perfect harmony with the echoes of our lives. Because the playlist that plays you back is not a glitch. It is a sentinel, a witness, a phantom echo of everything you are and everything you cannot delete.